Where does your family live in Morocco?
They live in Tanja. It's a city near the ocean.
What famous cities are there in Morocco?
Well, Marrakesh. That's very famous. It's a very old city, and there's a market square called the Medina. Lots of people visit it every year.
And do you think Marrakesh is different now from what it was like 50 years ago?
The old part of the city isn't very different, but there weren't many tourists before. These days, there are lots of visitors from different countries and new hotels and things. The airport wasn't very big, but now there's a big modern airport and the new part of the city is much bigger. There weren't many buildings outside the old city before, but now there are lots of malls and offices in the new town, which is called Gillies.
Where does your family live in Japan?
My family lives in Tokyo. Tokyo is the capital of Japan. It's a very modern city with lots of skyscrapers.
And do you think Tokyo is different now from what it was like 50 years ago?
I think there were lots of factories a long time ago, but these days, most people work in offices in skyscrapers. The Tokyo subway wasn't very big before, but now there are lots of lines and hundreds of stations. I love visiting Tokyo. It's where my grandparents live.
Where does your family live in Mexico?
My grandparents, my dad's parents, live in Oaxaca.
What other famous cities are there in your country?
The most famous city is Mexico City, the capital. My mom's parents live there. It's one of the biggest cities in the world.
Do you think Mexico City is different now from what it was like 50 years ago?
I think so. My dad said there was only one big building 50 years ago, the Torre Latinoamericana. But now there are lots of skyscrapers. Mexico City has lots of cars, but I think there were more cars in the past. The downtown was very dirty and noisy before, but now it's cleaner and quieter. And a lot of the roads are close to cars, so it's very nice for walking and cycling. But there are still lots of cars in most of the city.